Hello, Capricorn. Welcome to your reading with me, Cindy. I just want to get talking right away because I shuffled cards out to get started in your reading. I saw the card that you ended up getting in my mind's eye, and as I was shuffling, because I remember thinking to myself as I was shuffling and I saw that card, I thought, "Oh my God! If Capricorn got that card, what would that mean? What would that be?" And then I flipped it out. I was like, holy shit. This is the fairy card that you got. The blank card. I saw it in my mind's eye as I was shuffling. And I thought, oh man, this is crazy. Let's see where this goes. So then here's the other thing that was really interesting. So I went to check your underline. Can you see what's going on there? You literally got the card, the underlying card, that is the artwork that they used for the back of the deck. So not only did you get a blank card here, but you got me confused. Like, my mind is going, well, what side? What is going on here, right? Which is also really funny because the Topsy-Turvies is about a fresh look at things, seeing things with a new set of eyes, having a change of viewpoint. So right, like, it is changed, going, wait a second, which is the back and which is the front? Oh, now I'm seeing the Hanged Man. Now I'm seeing the Hanged Man. Oh, now I'm seeing something else. Now I'm seeing, so I have these. I found these. This is one. We got the crickets going in the background. Last week, I had like different birds and things like that, right? To kind of get the ambiance of we're in the forest here. And there was one of the ones, the background image was like a forest with a pond in front of it. But as I put my phone down, it moved the image around, and the pond was at the top and the trees were at the bottom. And I got like a hangman vibe from that too. And so this is looking at things differently here, right? This is almost like a blank slate. This is almost like trying to look at something for the first time. That's your energy. It's like trying to look at something for the first time here. And you got there by sort of trying to change your viewpoint, have a fresh look at what is going on around you. Also, like, if you have some sort of emotional entanglement that is connected to you trying to reason something or understand what it is trying not to allow that emotional entanglement to be part of your judgment process here, or your discerning process. Now, so that's the Brian Froud's fairy deck. And then we're using the Wisdom of the House of Night, and you have the listening card, which is really fascinating because it's like, oh, wait a second here. I have to pay attention because I feel like somebody is trying to tell me something without telling me something. That is exactly what, so, I kind of got the answer to my question is, what the frick would we go? What would we do if that was what Capricorn got in their reading? So the listening card is that there could be some important information here that you haven't considered. There could be something that's being left out. Like somebody is saying something here. Okay, I'll give an example. I don't want to say who it's about. I hope this person will be okay. I don't really respect this person. Is a bit of a public figure. Hopefully they'll be okay. I mean, I don't wish anything bad on anybody. But I don't believe the story that has come out from a family member about what's really wrong with this person. And I think that, so, right, like, that's kind of this. It's like, okay, I'm paying attention to what you're saying, but what you're saying doesn't really make sense to me. So I feel like that there's something hidden in what is not being said here. And what is it that you're trying to avoid, and why would you be trying to avoid that discussion? I think because there's something is going on with somebody that to admit that that's what is going on would show that everything that they built everything on was fake. Like, a lot of it is fake. So like, there could be that, like, you could be listening to someone, or you could be engaged in a conversation with somebody here, or you could be playing back a conversation in your head, or conversations that you've had here with someone, and you could be thinking about the things that are unsaid, or you could be thinking about body language. Body language could be more important here than the things that are actually said. And if something hasn't been said, what is the significance of that? Do you see what I mean? And this is all like, okay, this is, maybe this, I feel like this is already a conversation or something that you've had with someone, or some type of interaction or interactions that you have had with someone, because this is your underline. So this is in the past, right? And so at some point you're like, okay, trying to change your viewpoint, changing your viewpoint, trying to look at something with fresh eyes, trying to have a new way of seeing something, which I love. I mean, I love that that is the card that came out with you, because it's my blank card, right? And this, in this deck, Brian gives us a few blank cards where you can make your own fairies. Never felt compelled to do it, which is really funny too, right? Like being an artist, I don't know, nothing felt right. It felt better to keep a blank card and slip it in the deck for every once in a while. Come out and it would have a meaning and we would discover what it is. And this feels like your blank slate about trying to understand things around you. You may have even worked through or processed some sort of emotional investment that you had in something initially, and that emotion that was there is not skewing your outlook or your interpretation, your discernment. Yeah, this is a really interesting energy to be picking up for you here. Okay, oh, and the underline for that deck is choices. The viewpoint, a fresh look. It's, but I don't know that it's choices. I mean, it could be, but it feels more like how we choose things or how we come to decisions. What we choose to believe. What we choose to believe. Okay, as I'm saying that felt sticky. It felt sticky, like that's the one. What we choose to believe. Emotional entanglement is getting yourself out of that. Now, okay, I want to read you this card, since it's the only one that you actually have as a card that has its, you know, a definable archetype type energy. 23. Drawing the symbol indicates that you are meant to listen to what others are saying with their gestures rather than their words. In my house of night, there will be a beautiful girl with skin the color of dark honey who has the gift of poetry. She is able to weave tales with great detail and expression, yet without being obvious or straightforward. Reading between the lines and finding true meaning are what are required right now. Listen and learn. What others don't say is what is important at this moment. Okay, this could be you. You could be trying to say something to somebody without coming right out and saying it. I don't know why, but it is also, but there's a fresh viewpoint that's needed here, or it could be a fresh approach. It could be a fresh approach that you're taking here as well. Yeah, honestly, you could be either one. You could be the one trying to figure something out, or you could be the one trying to convey some type of information to somebody in a fresh way. Trying another way to get somebody to understand. She gives me this totally like the vibe of somebody that would be what's the word? If you want to go, if you're having trouble in a course. Fuck my brain. If you're having trouble in a course, somebody who's going to, it's not a mentor, it's oh my god. As soon as I paused it, it came to be tutor, like a tutor. She totally has like that tutor vibe. Like she's got all the books and she's holding it close to her chest and she's giving you all the information. She's like, now she's asked you, okay, and then she's giving you the question that is related to whatever this is she's trying to learn, and it's almost like, okay, you give an answer and she's like, no. Think about, and then, right, like it's almost like trying to guide you without giving you the answer is what this is feeling like to me. Like trying to guide you without giving you the answer. It could be too, like maybe there's somebody else in the room and you're not supposed to give you the answer. So it could be like maybe her body is looking towards a map and that map has the answer and she's aligned herself with a position on the map, right? She's saying, no, you need to look a little bit harder, pay a little more attention. Like, what is it going on? So let's tarot this, because I don't know, it's pretty interesting. There could be something that you came to a decision about too in the past, and you were emotionally involved in that decision. Your emotions were making the decision for you. Either that or you're dealing with someone whose emotions were making the decision for them. I don't know. Let me ask. Is Capricorn the one listening or Capricorn the one conveying? What is Capricorn in this? The Two of Wands. It's talking, okay, so what are you in this? This has something to do with trying to understand your future. Okay. So I feel like you're the one who's trying to look at something from a fresh perspective. So this is almost like is this a universal tutor that is trying to give you a hint here, but without coming right out and saying it? Is someone that you've dealt with, but also, okay, so you had some type of emotional entanglement. Your emotions were not the truth in the past. Hey, we've all been there before, don't worry. So your emotions were not the truth, but they felt like the truth. And you could be, if you have removed your emotions from making a decision, making a choice, it's almost like you're looking at your choice differently now. But you're not, okay. Let's say this is between like two friends. And let's say in the past you made a decision to become closer with someone else. You know, and I'm going to hang out more with this person. I feel more comfortable with them. I don't know about the other person. They make me feel weird. They make me feel this. Not to say that your gut feeling isn't important sometimes, but I'm like, maybe there was, I don't know, whatever it is, okay? And then it's almost like maybe something has unfolded with the friend that you chose to spend more time with, or that you thought was the right person to kind of choose, and that has not been going so well. The friend might have been, so it's almost like the friend or whatever you chose before might have made you feel good about choosing it, right? You felt good about choosing it, but it might not have been the right choice. And right now, it's like you're looking at it. It's almost like you're looking at both friends without judgment, which is also good because it's like, it's just blank. It's not like you're walking towards making a new decision here with being biased or being skewed in some way. I feel like there was some type of choice or decision that you made in the past that you're like, I don't know if that was the right one. Like, it could be that, like, right? Like, I'm going to look at everything openly here. Maybe I should have chose that, or maybe I should have chose, maybe that is the better friend to have, or whatever, right? So here's the other thing, because, you know, we can't know everything about anybody in just a few minutes or a few hours or a few days, weeks, months, or even years. So, like, there are things that we sort of put together about what goes on around us all the time. And there could be more information that you've been learning about someone or something. You may also be wondering if this is a choice that affects your future. I don't know what that choice, I don't know what this is around. Well, we could ask. I see that you're the one, like, who you are in this is trying to understand, is trying to see what your future could be, trying to understand what your future could be, trying to imagine and project what that could be. So the fairy guide, the blank fairy card. Capricorn got the blank card. The 10 of air. Wow. Oh yeah. There's an ego here there's no ego. There's no ego. This doesn't feel painful. Like, you know, the 10 of swords is often depicted. It feels more fresh mind. Like, if maybe you identified yourself by some type of choice too, right? Because that, like, who we are, our ego represents kind of who we believe ourselves to be and how we interpret ourselves, and then sort of project that out into the world. So if that, the 10 of swords is fresh. This is so interesting too, to get this at the end of the zodiac, like doing this whole week of the zodiac, and get that as the end and a fresh start. This is looking at something with a new set of eyes, 100%. 100% looking at something with a new set of eyes. But also I want to say maybe even a new set of ears. Like listening. Listening, and nothing is, whatever information is coming into you from the outside world or a person, whatever it could be, you're not running it through your own mental filter or emotional filter. You're taking it for what it is. The Ten of Swords, or the Ten of Air. Oh, look at that. What comes in? Look at, a lot can come in. A lot can come in now. A lot of information, the truth, heavenly truth, divine truth. The Three of Fire, the Three of Wands. Wow, and the Ace of Water. Oh, how interesting is this? Okay, remember how I said, like in the past, your emotions may have been affecting your interpretation of something going on around you, or your emotions were telling you that something was this, but your emotions were not facts here, they were not the truth. But your emotions ended up skewing your interpretation of the truth, or affecting how you made a choice in the past. Now, by having a clear mind, and it's almost, yeah, having a clear mind, does it also create, is it like I was wrong? Like the Ten of Swords too can be like admitting that you were wrong about something. Admitting that you were wrong about something. And the minute that happens, all of this other information starts to come into you. In for you. And the two, like wondering what the two, this is weird. It's almost like these two are looking at each other. Because both the Two and the Three of Wands are sort of to some degree like anticipating what is in the future. Although the Three of Wands is having already planted a seed. I don't feel like those two are looking at each other. And that's interesting because then, I mean, it's a very sexual Ace of Cups. The sword into the heart. The masculine truth and the a feminine emotion. The healing. Ten of Swords and healed. Healing both your mind and your soul, your heart. Your mind and your heart can come together in alignment. Whereas opposed before, if your emotions were skewing your decision capacity, you made a decision that ended up not reflecting what your heart would have desired. But your heart's feelings caused your mental ability to falter. So by clearing up your mental ability and understanding how you made a choice, you also understand your feelings and what they were. And then that clears up both. Okay. The vagus nerve is right. Like there's something going on here with your vagus nerve too. Okay, so listening. Are y'all? Okay, listening to this. Listening, your listening card. The Nine of Earth. The Nine of Pentacles. The Ten of Earth. The Four of Earth. And the Wheel of the Year. 4. Okay, this Nine of Earth is a 10. The reduction of a 10 into the Wheel of the Year. It's almost like something or someone is trying to tell you about a change in status, a change in their status, a change in your status. But something hinders on the wheel of fortune, the wheel of the year. So something may be out of another person's control here, or there could be some sort of events that have started that cannot be stopped. The wheel of the year. The Eight of Fire. Well, that feels like that, doesn't it? Like something that has been started that cannot be stopped. The Hermit. And the Three of Air. This feels like, okay, this feels like all of that energy I already talked about. Like that I was getting with this. So this is what has turned you into listening to something more acutely. Paying attention to things around you differently. This is about moving to some type of isolation, and like the Three of Swords, there's a heart in our mind not coming together properly. Both of these cards are interesting, right? Like they're both kind of talking about some type of divination or to be able to see into the future here. That's like the future is feeling, this like feeling like the future is grim. The future is grim. And that the Ten of Swords, though, is no longer being connected to some type of a belief. And that belief being strong enough that it may actually have something to do with your own identity. So that's it. This is your energy. It's really something, no? Oh, wow. It's all upright. You have the Lovers at the bottom. So maybe making a very important decision here, taking the time to do that, looking at a decision that you might be making in more than one way, like looking at the decision in more than one way. For the extended Capricorn, I am going to ask, what altered viewpoint would benefit you at this time, and what or who should you pay close attention to? There's 2 options in the description below if you'd like to follow me to the extended. Thank you so much, Capricorn. Until next time, be gentle with yourselves. Bye.